Hello, Lieutenant. I'd like to see Jimmy Stockton.
You representing him?
Possibly.
Hooked again, huh?
Maybe. Got a coroner's report?
Yeah, it's almost ready.
I'd like to see Stockton alone.
Hey, Counselor. It's your reputation.
That report ready yet, Lieutenant?
Huh? Oh, yes. It shows that Mae Stockton died of strangulation. Her neck was broken, which indicates she was choked to death by a person of extreme physical strength.
What was the time of death?
Between 11:45 p.m. and 12:15 a.m. In other words, after the fight, which gave Jimmy Stockton plenty of time to get home.
What was the name of the neighbor who called in the police?
Mrs. Fred Benedict.
Her address?
221 9th Avenue. You're a man, Counselor, innocent or guilty.
What do you think?
He wouldn't be in that jail cell right now if the facts in this case didn't add up to him being guilty. Now, I'm willing to give you all the help you need if you think you can prove otherwise. Frankly, Counselor, I think Jimmy Stockton's due for the biggest KO of his life.
We'll see.
Counselor, before you get back, Jimmy Stockton will probably have confessed.
Don't try to sweat it out of him, Lieutenant.
You know me better than that, Hurd.
I tried that, Lieutenant. It won't work.
Hello, Mr. Merritt.
Jimmy? Tell me about your wife's other husbands.
Huh?
I understand she was married 3 times before you. Tell me the names and anything else you know about them, especially if they lived in this part of the country.
I don't know what you're talking about. Mae was never married to nobody but me.
I had to find out.
Hello, Counselor. I got that information you called in about. Mae had 3 other husbands. Here are their names. I'm running a check on them now. Little background has come in on 2 of them. Kirk and Wagner. Doesn't look like much, though.
What have you got in Baldwin?
Nothing yet. We're still checking.
I don't think Stockton knew much about his predecessors.
How do you account for him lying?
Well, he just didn't like to think of his Mae being married to anyone else. He wanted to think of her as something pure and special.
Special she was.
Let's hear.
Well, they both have records. Edward B. Kirk is an ex-rodeo rider with forgery as a sideline.
What was he doing the night of the murder?
Well, I don't know what he was doing, but I know where he was. Sing Sing.
Great. The other one?
Lynn P. Wagner, ex-football player. That's all we got.
Could I use your phone for a minute?
Sure, why not?
Oh, I'm all bet on him myself.
I see, Art. Thanks. Wagner's dead. That means Baldwin's the only one left.
Except for Jimmy Stockton. Thank you.
Well?
Roy W. Baldwin, 6 arrests, including 3 for assault and 1 prison term for armed robbery. He was released 3 months ago and reports regularly to his probation officer.
Where?
Here in this city. There he is. Baldwin?
Who are you? You look like one.
Where were you the night before last?
Oh, no, you don't.
Don't what?
Don't pin that rap on me.
How'd you know she was murdered?
I can read. We got divorced 5 years ago. I ain't seen her since.
All right, Baldwin, let's have the rest.
Okay, here it is. I ain't gonna take no murder rap. Me and Mae was gonna go away together after the fight. Unless he won. I knew he wouldn't win. I didn't kill her, though. I got an ironclad alibi.
Let's hear it.
The night Mae was killed, I was in a bar on 14th Street, the Clover Bar.
Can you prove that?
Yeah. I got in a fight, beat up a guy. I got out of there fast. Newspaper says he's in the hospital.
You know about this?
Yeah, that's right. Happened a few minutes before midnight. The bartender called the police. The other guy has a broken jaw.
Check it out. You won't have no trouble identifying me.
All right, Baldwin. You're under arrest for assault. Let's go. That eliminates the first 3 husbands.
Leaving only Jimmy Stockton.
Well, let's see what the lab boys have come up with.
I'd like to come along with you.
That's a good idea, Herb.
Hello, Lieutenant.
Hi, Dave. How's it going?
It's almost finished. We found a lot of prints.
Jimmy Stockton's?
Uh-huh. Mrs. Stockton's. And another set.
Where were they?
Well, mainly on the table next to the couch where the body was found.
How'd they check out?
They didn't. We ran a federal check, too. Nothing there either.
That's great. That means whoever they belong to has never been arrested, never been in the Army, Navy, or Marines.
Was there anything else?
Just that. Thanks a lot, Ed. It was found smashed. It's been reassembled. Apparently it was broken before or after the crime, since there doesn't appear to have been any struggle. At least not in the area of the room where the statue was.
What is it?
Well, that looks like a slingshot, so this must be David, making the big guy Goliath, and a woman sitting by watching.
Sorry, Herb, I don't get the message.
Well, I should say it's courage born out of love, being triumphant over physical strength. This is obviously the work of an amateur, isn't it?
Definitely, judging from the crudeness of the casting.
Suppose this thing had a personal meaning for May. What would you say it represented?
What are you driving at, Herb?
Well, we know the big guy, Goliath, we know who he is.
Jimmy Stockton, the fighter?
Exactly. And the woman sitting by watching is May. That leaves only David.
Very interesting, but I still don't get the message.
I think we have a new suspect. A quiet, henpecked man with an escape from a big problem. Come on, Lieutenant. Let's find out. Mr. Benedict, this is Lieutenant Weston of the police department.
How do you do?
How do you do? Sit down, please.
Police department. I'm sorry I can't help you. It was my wife that overheard the argument, not me.
Oh, Mr. Benedict, we just want to find out what you remember about that evening.
I don't understand.
Very interesting, Mr. Benedict. You have a fascinating profession.
Profession? Oh, no, it's just a hobby.
Oh, you don't sell them?
Oh, no.
Oh, then you gave that statue of David and Goliath to May.
No, I...
Don't deny it, Mr. Benedict. This is definitely your style. Anybody could see that.
I wasn't trying to lie. I just didn't want any trouble. It was just a casual gift.
Or a token of your love for May?
I hardly knew the woman. It was nothing.
Nothing out Jimmy Stockton.
It's impossible.
You went to her apartment the night that Jimmy was fighting, but May was done with you. You pleaded with her, but May laughed at you and told you that you meant nothing to her.
That's not true.
Your life and dreams were wrapped up in that statue, and she ridiculed it. She told you that she'd always seen you as a foolish little man. When you begged her, she grabbed the statue and smashed it on the floor.
She didn't. I destroyed it. It was too fine for her.
Mr. Benedict, I think you better tell us the rest.
What? She said the same things about me.
So you killed her?
We were supposed to run away together if her husband lost the fight. I listened to it on the radio here. After it was over, I went to get her.
But she'd had a better offer. Baldwin.
Yeah.
You argued with her, and that was the argument your wife overheard.
Margaret never even recognized my voice. I guess she never heard me raise it before.
No, I guess you didn't. Get your jacket, Benedict, and let's go.